What if a writer believes that Hollywood has not created anything new in the last 20 years, anything original, and that a lot of, I mean, awful is a strong word, but they have sort of a bitterness towards the writing, and they feel like Hollywood won't give them a chance?
They're not going to get a chance with that attitude. If you feel like nothing good has been written in 20 years, who wants to talk to you? And you feel that your thing is the best thing that's been written in 20 years, you're probably delusional, and people will run in the other direction.
What if someone wants to write something a little more conservative and they feel that their values don't line up?
Find a place where your values will line up. Find the outlet where your values will line up. Look at what that company has produced and go towards the place where they're making content that feels like it shares your values.
What mindset or attitude should a writer have?
Optimistic, excited without being annoying, interested in the other person, feeling like there are some great things out there. It speaks to what you said before. What if you think nothing good has been written? They think there's some great content, and they say, that's the kind of content I want to make. So the attitude is one of possibility, of optimism, of being upbeat again without being annoying, of being interested, of being passionate.
Okay. We're friendly, but we're not Pollyanna.
Friendly without being your best friend. Do you know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't assume that this person wants to be friends with you, best friends with you. Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
It's like a date. It's like a date.
How does someone show they're a leader without speaking it?
By how you carry yourself, by your confidence. Again, confidence, not braggartness, not obnoxiousness. Somebody who has quiet confidence, somebody who's decisive. You know, would you like water or a Diet Coke? I'll have the water, please. Even just that. If you go, no, that's not leadership.
You had talked about something in some of your either course notes or something that, you know, showing an attitude that the person's a team player. Well, how do we see that? Because if I say I'm a team player,
you can't say
you
you're
can't,
a team
yeah.
player. Okay. It's by having a sense of self-worth. That's what you have to come in with. Have boundaries, be friendly, but not, again, a puppy dog. And if you're interested in somebody else, not to the detriment of you, but if you have the confidence to be interested in somebody and ask about them and also talk about yourself, which is a fine line and sometimes hard, somebody may see you interact with somebody else. You're going to order a coffee or a drink and you're a B word or a S word or any other kind of word. And here's another thing, speaking about that, how you treat assistants says so much about you. When I was hiring somebody, when I was at Amblin, this person came in, he was mean to my assistant. He never even had a chance. He was really qualified, but he didn't have a chance. So it's how you treat other people. Again, without being snivelly and sort of rolling over and saying, please, please, please. But I have something to offer, and I think you'll like it. You may not. That's okay too. In the most positive kind of a way.
How does someone show they're a team player?
Oh, how do you show you're a team player? By listening to other team players are people that listen to other people and they add something to what that person said that elevates what that person said. They chip in. They're willing to be part of a group, and their mindset is, how can I help this group? How can I add to this? How can I be additive?
You know, we hear you have to know the right people in the entertainment industry. How do you identify who the right people are?
The right people are people who respond to who you are. They're people that have some authority. They're people who can make things happen. There's people who have relationships with other people. They may be decision makers. Those are the right people. They're people who know decision makers in a positive way. They're people who want to lift you up. That's the right people.
Once you identify the right person or people, how do you meet them?
The great news is there's social media. You can go to events. I mean, now that the pandemic is sort of kind of in the rearview mirror, there are live events again. The Writers Guild of America Foundation, I mean, we're in the middle of a strike right now, so nothing is going to happen then. But when the strike is over, they have live in-person panels, and you can go. Think about meeting peers, people at your level, rather than, I've got to go rush and talk to the speaker. Meet people at your level. They'll come up with you at the same time. Events, social media, you can, if there's somebody who you would like to meet and they're on social media, you can like what they post, you can repost it or retweet it, you can make a comment about it. Like, I really loved the episode about the freight train, and then you say, you know, I grew up on a freight train, it really was authentic. You can do that, and if you do that enough, they'll get to know who you are, and you might DM them and say, I'm such a huge fan of yours and I'm an aspiring writer. If you ever had 15 minutes for a Zoom coffee, I'd love to hear about your journey and maybe get some advice. Now, you can't do that with somebody that's up here. Do that with lower and mid-level people. You don't need to meet the president of the studio. You just need to meet some people who are in farther than you are.
And again, it takes time. It's not.
Yes.
It's not follow someone and then, hey.
Ask them. Hey, I'm a writer. Will you read my script? We talked about that. Don't ask people to read your script until you have a true relationship with them.
You know, you don't like the word networking. You said connecting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a great alternative. What else should a new writer know about connecting?
You should have your story so that when somebody says, what do? You can answer that in an interesting way. You should know who you're going to be meeting with if you possibly can, and do some research about them. So you should be open and friendly and be interested in the other person. Again, not step all over yourself, but it should be 70% about them and 30% about you. Ask about them. Now, there's somebody who will start talking and never stop talking about themselves. Go say, excuse me, I have to get a drink, and leave. But for most people, be interested in other people. That goes, think about the people you know who are friendly and have a lot of friends. They are interested in other people. That's what you want to do when you're connecting. And you want to look for a genuine connection. And if it's not there, that's okay. Go on to the next person.